Hello my friends. Today, we present to you beautiful, immersive. I've come with films that will keep you glued to the screen. These films are exactly what you're looking for. Watch it now and get to the peaks of pleasure. Subscribe below. Do not forget to comment and like, as well as the films you guys recommend. If you have film suggestions, be sure to specify below. Good viewing. Our film deals with a very interesting subject. Russian army commander trying to stage a coup in his own country and his sworn enemy, America, and he's fighting with all his might to prevent it. And a brilliant and brave submarine commander in the middle of all this, and he's fighting huge battles at crucial moments. First of all, the film exceeded my expectations. The film that Gerard Watts has played before, Rescue the President of the United States. And I'm familiar with films on the theme. That's how I approached this film. But the film managed to surprise me. The film is American propaganda. I'd say don't approach it like this, because the film is more about UTDEV processes decisions taken jointly by the organization side. That is, Russia and America. Film Boyanka showcases the entire defense inventory. I was quite nervous and surprised in a few places. The special effects were just right and dosed. I'll watch a 2-hour submarine war film. For those who say this film could be the blood we've been looking for. Our film is about a flat family that goes to work and back after his father's house was burgled. It's about what happened, underestimated by those around him. It brings out a side of you that you've been hiding inside. And so the film begins. First of all, it's the John Wick series. The screenwriter which had a lot of hustle and bustle, so you'll see a lot of John Wick-like scenes. The film managed to keep me watching for an hour and a half. Such an impressive flavor that will stay in your mouth. If you want to watch one stuff, I'd say pass on this advice. But there's a lot of shooting. Curduli high viewing pleasure. If you're looking for one thing, give this film a chance. Our film is very successful. One is about the experiences of a sniper. That the man who sifted his flour and hung his sieve on the wall, and men in suits turn up at his doorstep one day. President will be shot. I don't know who. And you're the best judge of where he's gonna hit. Help me. And that's how our guy gets involved. If you're a bit interested in sniper films, this 2-hour film will satisfy you too. I enjoyed it. I look forward to your comment below. Our film is in Iraq, against one professional sniper trying to survive. It is about the experiences of 2 soldiers. One after a while it's more about intelligence than war making, and it turns into a struggle in which reason comes to the fore, and we're watching an adventure that lasts for an hour and a half. First of all, you've got to get out of the way of you will not watch a war film. Our film is about a sniper, both technically, both psychologically and psychologically. Watching the film, you don't want to put yourself in the soldier's shoes. What would I do? How you think I would feel? And I think just for making you think that, this film is worth watching. I'm pretty sure the shooter's under pressure, full of light suspense. One if you want to watch a survival film, this film may be incomplete. Our film signed by Netflix, in the war between 2 drug lords. And pull a kid who's caught in the middle. A mercenary hired to rescue a soldier. And I'm sure that in about the struggle for survival, our man is using all his skills to get around. He's going through a lot of hustle and he's wasting bullets in a John Wick-esque way. First of all, I would like to say, if you'll be impressed, if you want to see one scenario away from cliches, this film may not be poverty, but it's full of action with a bang. If you want to watch some delicious scenes, you are exactly in the right place. Shooting techniques used in the film, I can say that I really like it. Scenes cut as little as possible, and they've taken care to film it in one shot, which means that the viewer itself, it makes him feel right in the middle of the action. As I said, it's a fascinating story. If you expect a scenario free from cliches, you probably won't find what you're looking for in this film. But when I just look at it as action, I really like the film, and if this is what you expect, I can easily say that it will satisfy you too. Our film is about a couple who love each other in their new home far away from the city. It's about what happened to them. Our couple have a superpower in this new house. They're discovering a secret room And after that, their lives aren't what they used to be. 1 hour and a half. The first 20 minutes of this film, too cliched and too cookie cutter. Size. My advice is don't make up your mind and close it in this time, because you'll find something that excites you. I'm a sucker for these crazy scenarios. That's why, when the idea in the film is something so exciting, I don't really look at the cinematography of the film. I mean, maybe it's too good. Very high quality. It's not a production that's somehow created, but the script of the film is beautifully written. Whoever came up with such an outrageous idea? I kiss your forehead. I wonder if there's a moon on the ground like this. Please let it be, because you'll say, and in places, you will watch a different film that will burn your brain. Is the subject interesting to you? I've brought a dystopian film with an interesting medium sweetness. In the not-too-distant future, world population is growing rapidly, and it's reaching an amazing level. In the decision-making mechanism, that's not how this ship runs. Now everyone says they'll have one child, and I'd like to take one less plate off the table. Extra running around, catching kids and putting them to sleep. And how can 7 children survive in such an environment? And, of course, very well disguised. That's exactly what science fiction. You'll watch it in action thriller order. Of course, there's a bit of drama involved. If the film satisfied me. And Noomi Rapace's acting is as follows. Hands wide open. One, I think Ibrahim Tatliz's deserves applause. Let's make it a different world. A little action. If you want to watch with a little curious eyes, this film is for you. Our film is in the Iron Man style, with people firing their hands like guns, with autopiloted cars driving around. It takes place in a different world. A couple who love each other very much have an accident on the road, and then he's paralyzed. But soon after, a rich inventor comes along, and we'll get you back on your feet. So, I can try out my invention. With an idea like this, he's integrating an artificial intelligence into where the film begins. The atmosphere of the film definitely managed to impress me. Artificial intelligence is also very well handled, with a bit of percussion, with a swashbuckler. You're going to watch some science fiction, with a bit of blood and gore. Our film is about the experiences of a young hacker. Our guy's a computer whiz. When you have one ability, who's been running illegal businesses, one invitation from one hacker group, and the young man who accepted the invitation, you suddenly find he finds himself in the middle of something dangerous. Even though it's been 3 or 4 years, this film is cleverly written. His script still holds a special place in my heart, just because I thought it was so popular. I do not recommend you here. When there is a lot of demand in this regard, I've ignored this principle of mine. Increasingly popular today, a marvelous treatment of the hacker concept. You will watch a tense and gripping film. In a ruined world, human community, only one imagine living in the carriages of a train. A whole train city. Wagons, divided into 2 regions, the rich and the poor, just like cities and countries. Of course, we have a leader in our film. We've got a film that's constantly moving across the globe. You're going to watch what happens on this train. If you think of the train as the world itself, everything will fall into place more and more. The script, the editing, it's all marvelous. This kind that impressively conveys the class divide in the world was the other film. And if you still haven't seen The Platform, I suggest you make time for these 2 films as soon as possible. The butterfly effect thing is going on. Our film. The wind created by a butterfly flapping its wings in growing like a rolling snowball, and it reaches the other side of the world as a storm. Our protagonist, with the choices he makes in 3 different lanes, he remembers his life going in a different way. I'll add that while you're a bit confused, the film is as much science fiction for me as a science fiction, as mysterious as a mystery film, and it's as much love as a romance film. Even if your brains are on fire, I hope you're like me. You'll be one of those people who love this film. Thank you, Nates. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. If you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Many more exciting film suggestions for you and entertaining content. Goodbye to meet you in the next video.